And I told Frank to take her to the stage. At first I believed her story ya kwenda shule, and then when alipelekwa stage akasema no, ataenda baadaye. Okay, alikuwa anaenda wapi, kwa boyfriend ama ameenda kazi kwingine? These people are not straightforward. Ni Mungu tu atusaidie. Not all, but I've not been lucky with these people. Her stories never used to match. Ndio tukaanza kushuku. Jua alisema amebeba mimba 1 year, and I almost believed it. I believed it actually at that time, and then later on it wasn't making sense. And the mom, hadi we were telling the mom, no, alisema kuna mtoto, maybe wewe ndio ujui. Sasa alisema wewe unaishi Mombasa, ama uko sure ana mtoto? Actually huyu ana mtoto. How will you lie? As long as you're good at your work, good with your work, and you're willing to learn, and you're respectful, you love my baby, take care of my baby, and your cleaning is good, I can work with that. And yeah, easy vitu zingine, you don't have to have a baby. Why lie? And then they went drinking on a Sunday. Babe noticed, I didn't notice, but nilikuwa nimeanza kunotice alikuwa kichwa ngumu kidogo. She was really corrupting her morals. You could even like tell. And even our soldier used to complain to us, anatuambia tumchunge asikwe rafiki ya ule. But you can't control these people. They are grown-ups, you know. Lied to us that she had a son, a 2-year-old son, only to find out that it was all a lie. The mother, we spoke to the mother because apparently there was this whole saga that was happening in this plot, because she befriended a neighbor's house help. I was there thanking God and telling God, oh, thank you God for bringing her along. I've waited for this moment for so long. I hope we'll stay with her forever and all that. So you can look at a person's immediate or first interaction with your baby, and you'll be like, okay, she's okay, or we can work on that. And another one, you'll be like, she's not. Others will not be even interested. You won't even like see them like trying to call the baby or draw the baby's attention. But at the time, my mom, because I was asking everyone for leads where I can get a nanny, so my mom had gotten another lady for me, and she was from Machakos. So I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, because this one is just here, Salga, and it's just near, so we are in Nakuru, and yours is in Machakos, let's give this one or Salga a chance, and let's not act like it's weird. These things happen, because some can be, maybe they stole, or maybe tu alitoka unannounced, maybe alihepa, maybe she did something bad, because she said the boss was never paying her. And one thing you guys should know, these people do lie a lot. They lie. And sometimes I once came across this video, and these women were advising employers, when you're hiring nannies, make sure you investigate during the interview. Ask for the previous employer's number so that you can get to know why they left their previous place of employment. It's very, and I enjoy it, because sometimes this motherhood thing can be so overwhelming. And she left without telling me. It was so sad. After I paid her, you can tell when somebody is good with your baby. Your baby will want to stay with them. Your baby will be so comfortable around them, and even you can see them playing together, and you're like, wow, assure, like the baby will be safe. And of course you still pray for them and for that grace and patience with your baby.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda. In case you're new here, but if you're a tiny subscriber, you guys, I love you so much. This you already know. Welcome to yet another video. So today, as you can see, seated, we're going to be doing a sit down video, and I actually didn't intend on doing this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda. In case you're new here, but if you're a tiny subscriber, you guys, I love you so much. This you already know. So welcome to yet another video. So we're going to be doing a sit down video, of course. As you can see, I'm here. I've secluded myself, and I'm in my bedroom. So I've not been wanting to do such kind of videos in this channel, but I figured out why not, because the essence of this channel is to bring out motherhood issues, show you guys how I am navigating through this motherhood, because I'm a first-time mom. If you're new here and you don't know, I am a mom to a 16 months old baby. I have a son. I love him so much, and I'm loving the journey. It's not that easy, but it's very, very rewarding, and I'm enjoying it. And yeah, and God is giving me the grace. And I don't know so many things, but I'm not where I used to be. I'm not as green as I used to be when I started. So this has been made possible with the help of other mom friends that I have, other mom vloggers, mom VTubers, mom content creators, because some do bring the reality and some do, yeah, you guys get what I mean. As you've read by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about nannies. I don't know if I would have titled it nanny drama. I don't know if I would have titled it as nanny drama, but yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the video. So first of all, okay, I hope my top is looking cute. Okay, it's actually past 11 p.m. yeah, so let's start this video. So by the title of this video, you've read that it's something to do with nannies. So let me give you a quick recap of my nanny life, or how I have been able to navigate through all my nanny dramas, because I'm one of those people who have not been fortunate enough to get a good nanny at like a go. Like, I haven't been lucky with nannies, and yeah, it happens. And it also happens that other people are so lucky, they just land this good nanny just in the first try, or the second or the third try. So let me give you guys a quick background so that you can get so that you can understand where I'm coming from. This is not to make anyone feel like bad. I'm just here to enlighten you. And even if this video touches one person or gives one person some insight, if you're a mom to be, or you're already a mom and you've never experienced this, yeah, so be careful, be on the lookout, and also be prayerful with your nannies. One thing I do is pray for my nannies. I pray to God to give me a good nanny, and even though I haven't like gotten that one nanny that I can stay with for a long time and whatever, and we just like gel together, I'm just praying for this time where I'll get a good nanny for my son, somebody who's gonna love my son, take care of him so well, prioritize him, you know. And yeah, that's everything I need, by the way, in my life. So let me give you guys a backstory. So I gave birth to my son in 2020 December, and even when I was pregnant, I decided that I didn't want to have a nanny. Yeah, I intended from the word go not to hire a nanny. Reason because I just had a lot of drama, and I just had from my friends. I had this friend at the time who had employed a couple of nannies, because she had given birth before me, and I even like used to go to their place, and I saw, I think, 2 of the nannies. So most of them were not good, and all of them were not like good. You know, you can get someone and you're not like a match with them, and it happens. Don't be so hard on yourself if you're a first time mom and all that. I used to go there, and she used to complain and tell me stuff, and I used to be like, wow, is it even safe to have a nanny? But she didn't have a choice, because she was a working mom, and I understood her. So I used to help her, although I didn't know anything. I just used to be like, no, she shouldn't be doing that, because some things are just like common sense. So there was this time I used to tell my friend, just be hands-on on your son, even when you're at work. Make it your duty to be checking his diaper, and even to be bathing him or changing his diaper once in a while, even through the week, as in just to keep track and everything. You know, you can never be too safe, and of course he's your son, so you need to be like, yeah. So one time it was so unfortunate that she got a couple of marks on the thighs, on both thighs, and some were faded, meaning that they were like for like weeks ago, you know. And this nanny was like not even a month old at the time, and she was an older woman, I think in her 50s, and the person who had linked her up with this nanny was her mom. So you had every reason to like this woman, or to think she's the perfect match, because Number one, she's older, because so many people prefer older women. People attribute them to having more experience, because probably they've even raised other babies or even their own babies, and they tend to be maybe more caring and all that. But this was not the case. So the woman was beating the baby, and when my friend asked her or questioned her, she was like defensive. She said no, the baby did scratch himself. And I was like, how could that be possible? So I advised my friend to take it very seriously, because that's very, very bad of her. It's not allowed. That's, I don't know, it's criminal. So I told her to tell the mom the situation, and the mom took it upon herself and questioned the woman via a phone call. And finally the woman admitted, and she said the son, the grandchild, now she was talking to the mom, to my friend, and she was telling her she beat the baby one time because the baby aliangusha kabambe yake, and was like, that is not even a valid reason. So you just first tell your employer what happened, so that the employer can deal with the baby, or even replace your phone, because beating the baby, how did it solve it? And first of all, you've been using that phone and you've never raised any alarm. I don't like people who take advantage, or it's not good anyway. So those things really got to me. And of course, I'd been watching a lot of videos when I was pregnant, these crazy stories where nannies are violent, where nannies are negligent with the babies. And the worst part was when I was doing my internship. I was pregnant. I was at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, and I was pregnant, and we had a clinical officer intern, a lady. She had a baby, a 9-month-old baby at that time, and this story really traumatized me. I didn't know her well. I didn't know the girl. I didn't know the lady, or rather the doctor, like on a personal level, but I used to see her, and we used to work in the same hospital. So news broke out that the baby died, and she died because the nanny let him choke on food. I don't know how that was, and I think she was like terrified, and she didn't know what to do. And at the time they were rushing to the to the clinic, he was just pronounced dead. And I feel like most of these things can be avoided, but I'm not judging my reasons on these two stories. But personally, all these things and many more really traumatized me, and mentally I was like, I'm not prepared having somebody in my house, trusting somebody with my son. And that's what happened. So the first time I decided to have a nanny was like after 3 weeks, after my son was 3 weeks old. The work in the house was overwhelming, and I needed somebody to be hands-on with the cleaning. I wanted to be very, very dedicated, and I was very okay and very willing to take care of Tam Tam by myself with the help of my partner. And that's what I decided. So I started looking for a nanny, and who's in a better place to help me other than our cleaning lady, whom we had like for 3 years going forward. So we asked her, and she was like, yeah, I'll get you. And with no time, she got a lady, and the lady she was hooked to her by her brother, because her brother stays in the rural area, so it was just easy for them to get a lady. So they got a lady, we sent her fare and all that. She came, and I just didn't like her attitude. Let me just be honest, I didn't like her attitude. But for the first day, I was like, she's just a visitor. And we stayed for her 12 days, and I called it quits, because there are things you just like look at a person and you just interact with them the first few days, and you're like, this one I won't be able to like tolerate some things that she was. And she was so clean. And remember, in my house, I don't want you to take care of my baby. I'm doing everything. I'm changing the baby, the diapers, I'm washing my baby, I'm bathing my baby, I'm feeding my son, I'm doing everything. I don't want you to touch my baby at all. And it's politely, like, I just give you your job description and tell you what I need from you is just to keep the house clean, and maybe once in a while cook after I show you how to, because I still love cooking and I enjoy cooking, and I'm so used to cooking our food. And even when I have these nannies, I still do cook and I love it. I actually enjoy it. What becomes overwhelming to me is the cleaning, taking care of tam cooking, then cleaning. Cleaning has been now the problem. I can manage, but it will be too overwhelming. So here is why I need a cleaning lady or a nanny. So that's what happened. I got her and I stayed with her for 12 days, and how it ended, it was bad. She was so rude and we're all shocked, like, what? This is the person we are living with. Anyway, we were living with. Anyway, and also she used to tell, now the person that had brought her to us, who was Alice, who had worked for us for like 3 years, she used to tell her things about us and things that are happening in the house, and Alice used to tell us, and I was like, okay, you guys, there's that gossip nature that these people have, but at that time, you know, I'm a first time mom, I just don't need any other baggage, and plus the attitude. So there's this one time on a particular Sunday, we had visitors over, and if you guys have watched my previous nanny drama videos, you guys know that story. It was on a Sunday, so I give them their off day on Sundays. They can go to church or do whatever they want to do with their time. I don't mind. So she went and she came back early, and we were hosting our friends. They'd come to see Tam was just like a month plus, yeah, old. So, and the first thing, because when she came, I was serving the visitors tea and pancakes and sausage. So I asked her to help me. So she took the tea, and later on, after she left the living room, my friend and the partner, because it was a couple and their baby, they asked me, "Wow, how do you live with her?" I was like, "Why?" And I laughed about it. And why? See, sawa. And they were like, your attitude yake. As in, you could see, you know, there's the people, and this job haitaji attitude, especially when you're taking care of a baby and all that, and even to the point when visitors are even noticing, I don't know, and we are cool. It's not that atemekasirishwa na mtu. Anyway, on to my second person. I had another nanny. So I made her like leave work because of other reasons, because she even lied about, anyway, I'm not getting into that. So the next person that I had, so the second living nanny, I had her for 4 months, and I think 2 weeks later, after my first live-in, because I just couldn't deal with everything. It was just overwhelming. So I decided to get another live-in person, and the first one had like cut kidogo, because I was like, 2 weeks only, who's going back to the market looking for these people again, trusting another person to live with us, inviting another person. It's just a whole emotional thing, a whole, you know, if you've done it before, you know, like this person, you're inviting them to your home. So yeah, it's a stranger that you're inviting to your home. You have to live with them as if they are part of you, and yeah, so it's a lot. So after 2 weeks, I got another one. She was good. She had a good attitude. That's very important. She had respect, but now the problem was cleaning. She was not organized even. Ye mwenyewe, she was dirty. She was just dirty, and I compromised staying with her for 4 months. And the reason that I let her go is because my friend told me, like, every time I'm always complaining to her, telling her like, oh, like today I've told her to do this. I kept telling her, correcting her every other time, and even going to the extent demonstrating time and again. I will tell her like 5 times the same thing, and I'm like, what? Is it ignorance? And even there are times I used to like joke to my sister, to Mariam, and tell her, I think she has amnesia, or she's not okay, because you will repeat the same thing. My partner will tell her something like a couple of times, na bado she doesn't get it right. Even you go all the way showing her until unachoka hadi unajifanyia. I don't know, was she ignorant, or it's something that she wasn't brought with? Because even ye mwenyewe hakuwa organized. Imagine I stayed with her for 4 months, and on the 3rd month I was like so curious. I never like had her or saw her brushing her teeth, like the oral hygiene, the normal oral hygiene. And I asked her, hi Faith, unaekanga api brush yako, mbona sijaiona hapa, ama umeweka kwa bedroom, ama umeweka huko kwa door? Sema Anna. She told me Hannah, and I was like, wow, so shocked. But I didn't show her, and I didn't ask. I was just like so shocked. Immediately I got her a toothbrush, and I was like, "Msungesema tu." And I was like, you've been paid for 3 months, my dear. Where couldn't you just get a brush? The brushes for toothbrushes are 25 bob. But every time she could go and come with clothes, and which is okay. She worked for it. Buy a phone. She bought her a phone. She bought herself a phone, but she couldn't buy herself a brush. And she lived like that with us. And this is one thing that has taught me to be very, very cautious, not to ignore or assume the small things, the details. Things like asking them, do you have a toothbrush? It's very, very important, because this person you're living with. And now, as the baby is older, I feel like it's when you're a first time mom, it's just so hard for you to trust other people with your baby. But you start wanting to and letting them help you, because it's very okay and it's good for you, because it relieves you from a lot of pressure. So when that time comes, you really want to have somebody who is clean, and her personal hygiene ye mwenyewe iko top notch. She even used to skip bathing na sasa wamefanya kazi za nyumba, and I was like, what? Anyway, and you can imagine if she's not clean, the house used to be messy. She clean, you just see uchafu ndo ile. You could like the previous night you saw something there, dirt there, and the next day you see the same dirt there, and when you ask her, did you clean this room? Yeah, I cleaned. Uinue hivyo one like uko like umeona. I'm like, oh, siku clean. I'm like, this is your only duty. You don't take care of my baby. Your duty is just cleaning. How is it like true? And she had all the time, because so here they normally wake up at 6 to 6:30 a.m. So by 8:30 a.m. somebody they're usually done with their chores. So from that time they're just free. Maybe kupika lunch or washing utensils, and they have a lot of free time, and you're like, why don't you just do your work perfectly and you're free? Like, as in, these people are so different. There are so many, and they're very different from each other. There are those who are very, very clean, because I've had 2 of them. The first one was very, very organized and clean. I just taught her like the first thing and demonstrated the first day, showed her how to do things and how I like my things done, and she followed perfectly. I never used to correct her, so that's the kind of thing that I needed. And sometimes finding somebody who matches what you need might be a little bit tricky. Sometimes some do need continuous support and correction, and some eventually do get it, but some are just ignorant, and it's their nature to just be disorganized, and no matter what you do or whatever you tell them, they'll never get it right. And that's okay. It's just them. It's their personality, I guess. So such things, you just don't compromise. Let them go and find your match. Some things you can compromise, but some, if to you can't, just let it go. It's not like you're forced to stay with them. Keep searching until you get whatever suits you or works for you. But if you can compromise, well and good for you. So as time went, after I let my nanny go, the second one, I was like so tired. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. These 2 have showed me enough already. I'm a first time mom. My son is barely 6 months, and I've already had 2 nannies. The first one stayed for 12 days. The second one stayed for 4 months. And I was like, I'm just not lucky. Let me take a break, and I can manage to do things in my household. I'll just have to arrange I'll just have to have a good schedule when I can clean the house, when I can take the baby, when I can take care of the baby. When Tam is sleeping, I can be doing the chores, and that's what I did. So I started doing that, and I did that for like 1 month, and I was like, wow, it's overwhelming. And it's not that the money is not there, and why not give live-in nannies, why not give the day bags a try? So I embarked on a search for live-in nannies, for day bags. I just asked our soldier who used to work here then to help me find a nanny and to find a day bag, sorry. And one thing about him, his wife, fortunate enough, his wife used to be a day bag, or is a day bag, so it was very easy finding one. Actually, the next day I got one, and she came, and the first impression was okay, nothing much. She was just looking like she wasn't clean. You know, some things when you're going even for a work, when you're going for an interview, the way you present yourself, your first impression, you can tell. But I was like, maybe I'm a choker, maybe it's just today. You might not know what I may PTR, so you just like give them that grace and that opportunity to prove you wrong. So because this time I was like desperate and I didn't know where to find another, okay, let me just try her. And skume. So she was called, I won't mention her name. She was nice, very, very nice. She used to be so talkative, very funny. I really liked her, but she was also not organized. She was not clean. She was not thorough. And mind you, this time, what I need from you is cleaning the house. So it means that I wanted to like be perfect at your job, because you're not taking care of my baby. So you might as well just do your work perfectly. So because I'm paying you for it, you know. And this day back, we had this agreement. I told her, me, I don't care whatever time you come. If you come by 9, she will come for 2 hours and go. And I was very okay with it, as long as you've done your job perfectly. And the next day you could just like find issues. Mara, my partner said my shoe was sijui nini, was stained. Sorry. You correct her again and again. It happens. They were very, very similar with Faith. I'm telling you guys, some of them are very clean, very thorough. Some are just average and with cleanliness, and some are very good with the babies. And with time, I've come to appreciate the fact that you might really love to know what is your priority in your household when you're looking for a nanny. What do you really want? When Tamtam was younger, because I used to do everything pertaining to his well-being, feeding him, bathing him, everything. They never used to hold my baby, not even for a second. So I just needed somebody who was very, very thorough with cleaning, because after all, that's their only duty in this house. So that really, I used to be so thorough, and because I'm a perfectionist, it used to bother me when I tell you to do this and I find that it's not done the way I wanted. I just used to be like correcting them, and to a point when I used to get headaches, because I'm like, why am I keeping telling you the same thing and again, until unafika kwa limit and just like, let them go. I stayed with her for like because she joined this household when Tamtam was 8 months or 9 months, so 9 months to December. She stayed with us for 3 to 4 months. I liked her, and after 2 months I needed somebody to help me with Tamtam, to feed Tamtam, because Tamtam was very, very picky. He never used to eat, and it used to affect me. So I asked her, because she was a mother of 4 boys, and she was very, very open, and I added her salary, because now I was including Tamtam in her duties. Of course, I was there supervising and looking after Tamtam, but I just wanted to like try if Tamtam would accept any other person to feed him. Maybe he didn't want me to feed him, so I thought, but I just came to realize he's just like that. He's one of those picky eaters. And yeah, so I'm telling you guys, honestly, she was very, very good with Tamtam. She used to like, and she was older. Yeah, I think she was 29. Yeah, she was 29 years. Ni wale wenye wamezaa mapema, but she was very interesting. She was so funny. I loved her. I really do love her. I used to like pay for her fare to and fro, do shopping. As in, she was just good. I liked her, but unajua mtu kama yuko organized ni personality yake. So I just had to compromise because she was very good with Tam Tam when I let her help. So what she used to do is help me with Tam Tam once in a while, feed him when I'm busy or when I'm going to town, and I used to be so comfortable because she was very good with Tam Tam. You can sense and you can tell when somebody is good with your baby. Your baby will want to stay with them. Your baby will be so comfortable around them, and even you can see them playing together, and you're like, wow, assure, like the baby will be safe. And of course, you still pray for them and for that grace and patience with your baby. So that was about it. So that's my other live-in. No, that was my first day back. So unfortunately, when we entered 2022, I wanted to have a live-in nanny again, because I was like, I think it's now time to go back to job, to go back to work, and I don't want to be a housewife. And I think I've done my best taking care of Tam Tam 100% through the year, and I was like, oh, let me give it another try. And before I go back to work, I want to have a live-in nanny and be so sure that they're the perfect match for my baby. So what happened when I had Janet? So before I got Janet, I had another day back, but she never used to like help me with Tam Tam. I didn't want that. She was called Rosie. She was the best, very, very perfect. She used to do her things so perfectly. She was very clean, very organized. You will never correct her. She knew her work. You know, ule mtu mwenye anaweza kufanyia kazi, you like sufuria unaweza jiangalia hivi. She was so nice, but I was told that she had issues with the husband, and she left without telling me. It was so sad. After I paid her, I wish she told me she's going, or maybe if she didn't have an issue with staying here, you never know, you could just have made an arrangement. Actually, she had domestic violence, so I don't know where she went. That broke my heart kidogo, because she was so nice. She was the perfect match, because she was very, very clean. And again, she never held Tam Tam at all, because I was hands-on, you guys. Mimi, I have taken care of Tam Tam 100% on my own. Even when I used to let Janet do it, sometimes Tam Tam used to be more she could eat more better with me than with Janet, but I used to like the idea of him having another person, because maybe I would like go out for like 3 hours, run my errands in town. So I wanted them because wazoeane kidogo, and because Janet alikuwa anapenda kumchekesha, I was like, okay, no bad. And I enjoyed, because sometimes this motherhood thing can be so overwhelming. And yeah, so I finished that. So after Janet left, I wanted to have a live-in again, to give it another try, and I started searching again. So I got so here is where our story begins for today. So I decided to have another live-in nanny, and I asked around. It was so hard finding one. I don't know why. So fortunate enough, or unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, fortunate enough, my friend told me that my friend told me that she once had a live-in nanny, and she left her. The nanny left because she told her that amerudi shule, ameenda kumaliza form 4. But the lady was so nice with the baby, and the lady was respectful, and I was like, okay, that's nice. And she told me I can even give you the number so that you ask her if ako mahali, because she was nice. And I was like, wow, that's so great, that could be so nice. So my friend gave me my friend called her and asked her, and she said that she's currently where she is currently, it's not favoring her. She was in Nairobi Umoja, but she didn't like it. The boss was never paying her. There was a lot of work. What did she say? Yeah, she said the boss was never paying her. And one thing you guys should know, these people do lie a lot. They lie. And sometimes I once came across this video, and these women were advising employers, when you're hiring nannies, make sure you make sure you investigate during the interview. Ask for the previous employer's number so that you can get to know why they left their previous place of employment. It's very important, because some can be, maybe they stole, or maybe tu alitoka unannounced, maybe alihepa, maybe she did something bad. Because there's a story I read, alipiga mtoto na akatoroka. These things happen. Let's not act like it's weird. These things happen, and you're just like praying to God to like be with them, like iyo utu ikue na mtu, because I don't get how you beat somebody's child. Anyway, so my friend called her and she said that she's available. Where she is, she's not comfortable, and I remember it was during the December holiday. Hapo mwisho December ikienda kuisha, apparently she had been given an off. Mara, the employer didn't want her to go for Christmas, so she gave her a let off, and currently she was in Salga. So at the time, my mom, because I was asking everyone for leads where I can get a nanny, so my mom had gotten another lady for me, and she was from Machakos. So I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, because this one is just here, Salga, and it's just near, so we are in Nakuru, and yours is in Machakos, let's give this one or Salga a chance. Because my friend also, she comes, my friends really told me good things about her. She comes highly recommended. So I was like, let me give her a try, and it looked so good to be true. And she actually said she's coming the next day. So she didn't even ask me for fare. She came to town. I told her, because initially I wanted to go pick her, but it was so late. It was like 9 p.m. because apparently she was from her boyfriend's place at Salga. The guy used to work there, or is working there at a farm. That's what, according to what she told me. So she came, and the only amount of money I paid for her transport was 150 shillings. The person who brought her with the motorbike, that was the only charges that I paid for her transportation, which was okay. At least hakunitisha fare. Jusam will even tell you hata hiyo 200 ya kutoka Salga hana. So she came. She was no bad. I interviewed her. She was very polite, very, very respectful. That I really loved about her. She was very respectful. She used to call me mom, called my partner daddy. Dad. She used to be very, very respectful, and she had that spirit, that nice spirit and charmness. When it comes to tam, she used to like, the first day, you can look at a person's immediate or first interaction with your baby, and you'll be like, okay, she's okay, or we can work on that. And another one, you'll be like, she's not. Others will not be even interested. You won't even like see them like trying to call the baby or draw the baby's attention. But contrary to this situation, she was very nice with the kid. Even later on, she used to like offer to take the baby out to play and to outage her and all that. So I really liked that about her, and the respect was perfect. About cleanliness, she was not average, she was good. We can say very good, and there is excellent. My first one was very excellent. There is excellent, ule perfectionist. So huyo tuseme she was good. I liked it, and I couldn't complain. And what was most important is she was very good with when it comes to the baby, and I liked that. So I really loved it, and I was there thanking God and telling God, oh, thank you, God, for bringing her along. I've waited for this moment for so long. I hope we'll stay with her forever and all that. So during the interview, I asked her, so how long are you planning to do this job? And she told me that till May. And I asked her, why till May? And she told me she just finished Form 4 2 years ago, and the dad has been looking for money so that she can go to a course, a plumbing course. Sijui kwa shule gani inaitwa, sijui aje huko ni Maseno. And I was like, wow, that's good, because it's for purposes za kujiendelesha, and it's in search for knowledge. I'm really happy for her. Although it will be a short time, it's okay. For the meantime, let's accept, and let's see how we're going to work together. So from January to May, that was roughly 5 months. So I was like, wow, it's kidogo, but okay, sawa, it's better than nothing. So she also told me that she's also trying to top up for the money for the fee. Her and the dad are looking for the money. So a week didn't end, and we used to stay vizuri. We even had Mariam around. We were staying with Mariam. I was with Mariam, babe, and things were so good, very very good. I don't know. Then one day, I don't know, I think after 6 days, she told me that the dad called her, and the dad said that alikuwa ameshapata fees apparently, and she should go back home immediately, ati anaenda shule next week. Sijui mara anaenda kuchukua pia certificate ya KCSE, as in some things weren't really adding up. And then I told my friend, and my friend was like, unajua pia mimi last time alileka kwa mataa with the excuse of going to school. It's like an excuse she uses, and I was like, okay, maybe she's gotten another place where they're paying her more. And I didn't want to pry, because the fact that umeona like you want to terminate this one like with immediate effect. And one thing I've come to learn about these people, they're such good liars, and it's so sad that I've encountered like karibu wote ni waongo. My second nanny, Faith, I'll say her name. My second nanny, Faith, lied to us that she had a son, a 2-year-old son, only to find out that it was all a lie. The mother, we spoke to the mother, because apparently there was this whole saga that was happening in this plot, because she befriended a neighbor's house help, and they were very notorious together. Faith, when she came here, she was very polite and very nice, but she started changing after the second month, after getting herself a phone. I don't know, ni wanaume walikuwa namchanganya, but one thing I'm sure is the company she had was bad. That girl was really, really, I don't know, alikuwa namchafua. She was really corrupting her morals. You could even like tell, and even our soldier used to complain to us, anatuambia tumchunge asikwe rafiki ule, but you can't control these people. They are grown-ups, you know. So unfortunately that happened, and when they were leaving, they left in bad terms, because the other girl, they went drinking on a Sunday. Babe noticed, I didn't notice, but nilikuwa nimeanza kunotice alikuwa kichwa ngumu kidogo, but haionyeshi, you know, the way you can just like notice sudden shift, you know. Anyway, these people are just so funny. So why would you lie to somebody you have a kid? Mi kwanza kwangu, I don't really there's some people lazima wakikuemploy you must have like a baby, but to me it's not really a key consideration. Me, as long as you're good at your work, good with your work, and you're willing to learn, and you're respectful, you love my baby, take care of my baby, and your cleaning is good, I can work with that. And yeah, easy vitu zingine, you don't have to have a baby. Why lie? And then her stories never used to match. Ndio tukaanza kushuku. Alisema amebeba mimba 1 year, and I almost believed it. I believed it actually at that time, and then later on it wasn't making sense. And the mom, hadi we were telling the mom, no, alisema kuna mtoto, maybe wewe ndio ujui. Sasa alisema wewe unaishi Mombasa, ama uko sure ana mtoto? Huyu ana mtoto, how will you lie? And she never used to talk with the baby. I remember I used to ask her, umeongea na mtoto wako? Ako sawa? Ako sawa, niliongea. And I never used to hear. Anyway, so that girl aliliacha kwa mataa after a week, and she left vizuri, and she even called me after ametoka like the next day. And I know it's not good, but I didn't pick up, because what business do you have with me? Why are you calling me? Ukienda huko kupata kumebackfire, mbono ni call? Because she said anaenda home direct, and I have a personal rider, motorbike rider. He's called Frank. I've mentioned him before, and I told Frank to take her to the stage. At first I believed her story ya kwenda shule, and then these people are not straightforward. Ni Mungu tu atusaidie. Not all, but I've not been lucky with these people.